One of your most frequently asked questions about getting started in the laundromat business is, what's the role of the distributor? Who are these distributors? What do they do? I hear we should use them. I hear we shouldn't use them. What's going on with distributors? Well, I'm going to tell you. We'll go a run through of who these commercial laundry equipment distributors are, what they typically do in terms of scope of services, and give you some resources to find one who can help you with your project. So, they essentially are the wholesale distributors of the various brands of washers and dryers. So maybe think about like a car dealer analogy. You go down the street in your town, there's a Ford dealer, a Chevy dealer, a Hyundai dealer, etc. Well, in your market, there would be a Speed Queen dealer, a Hitch dealer, Maytag dealer, Continental dealer, Dexter dealer, and so forth, Laundry Lux dealer, people that are repping the different lines of washers and dryers. So yes, they are sales organizations and that's their primary function. However, they also happen to be experts in the industry, particularly for first-time laundromat owners. And so they kind of have this dual role of providing some guidance, but also having a sales function and motivation. So that's one of the things that you need to sort of navigate as you're getting into the business. And I would certainly recommend you getting to know each and every one of them, introducing yourself, tell them that you're new to the business, you'd like to talk to them. You're going to pull information, pick up little pieces of wisdom from each one that you speak with, and start to getting an idea of where maybe there's a fit in terms of the services that they're offering, matching up with what your needs are, work styles, just do you gel? Because whomever you select as your distributor for building a new store, you're going to want to have that good connection. It's a marriage of sorts. You're going to end it together, and you're going to have to work very closely together to make sure that your project comes to fruition. So that's sort of who they are. Now, what do they do? And I'm going to give you kind of a start to finish scope of services that you can draw from, or that I would typically associate with a full service distributor. So I've already given you the first one, right? They'll have that initial meeting with you, talk a little bit about the industry, kind of give you that overview, that introduction to the business. They should be very well versed in that, and obviously they're going to give you their version of why they think they might be the best partner for you in getting you started in the industry. The next thing that a typical distributor would be able to do or anxious to do is to do a site selection / demographic analysis. In other words, help you find a spot. So that could be help, in their point of view, analyzing the raw demographic data on a particular site. That could be kind of doing the competitive analysis of the area. Or maybe they have a set of locations that they feel they've already identified as being perfect for a laundromat, and they're going to bring the location to you and help you see it. Others of you are going to bring a location to them. Maybe you already control the real estate, maybe you've just caught your eye, you've done a little bit of homework on a location, but most full-service professional distributors will be able to help you understand whether or not this is a good location for a laundromat. Of course, the next step in the process would be to look at that space and help determine really what that ought to look like. And that is a matter of an equipment proposal. All right. What is the washer and dryer mix that makes sense based on the space we have available, but also that market analysis. So you need so many of this size washer, so many of that size washer, so many dryers. And so that proposal is really two things. One, it's the cost, to give you some sense of what the cost will be, but also their recommendation to you in terms of that mix, which is really important to a successful laundromat project. So they're helping you get to know the business, helping you evaluate a location, helping you price out equipment and what that mix of equipment ought to be. Typically, the next step that they're willing to work with you on would be more of a pro forma or a projection, right? So given the review of the location, given the equipment mix, and maybe some proposed vend pricing, what is the financial projection for this location? So that's an important service. And again, you're going to do your own homework along the way to sort of collaborate and corroborate and verify, but that's something that they're generally going to be bringing to the table for you. Now you found a location, you got the equipment mix, you have a price, you have a sense of what the projections look like. Now what? Well, a lot of distributors will help you build that store. So either serving as a general contractor and kind of overseeing the whole thing, or if you're going to do your own GC work, they could certainly recommend to you trades that have experience building out a laundromat. This is a type of project where you don't want to use just any old carpenter, electrician, plumber, HVAC. You want to use someone who's done laundromats before, and that local commercial laundry equipment distributor is either doing that themselves or they have good relationships with these contractors, subcontractors that have done laundromats before. So it's a very valuable service that they're bringing to the table. So now we got the store built out, now we need to install the equipment. That's definitely one of the things that you want to tap into the expertise of the distributor to make sure that equipment gets installed properly. You're spending anywhere from a couple $100,000 to several $100,000 on this equipment. Don't do it yourself. Don't hire your nephew's friend's uncle to install this equipment. You need to make sure that it gets put in the right way, and that's typically a service that they're providing. Now, it's time to open up for business, and a typical distributor would do a great job in testing all the equipment day before, help you with a soft open, and then eventually help support you with a grand opening. And that could be just, again, testing equipment. That could be giving you marketing ideas about how to introduce your store to the market area. And once you're open for business, a distributor would typically be a resource for service and repair. Hopefully in the beginning you don't have a lot of that, but you may set up a service contract or at least have that distributor on call to come in and make repairs as you go through the process. So that's a broad scope of services where they're bringing a lot of expertise, from learning a little something about the business to getting open for business and making sure that the equipment is being cared for. So the role of the distributor is sort of multifaceted. You can use as much or as little of that as you like based on your own skill set, but they're an integral part for getting stores built out in this industry. So thanks for joining us at Laundromat FAQ, and we'll see you next time.